Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Curing Electromagnetic Hypersensitivity. And we're here to talk about a subject of electromagnetic hypersensitivity, and that is the electromagnetic emissions from wristwatches. And we've got three distinctly different wristwatches, and this one is an analog, this one is a combined analog and digital watch, and this one is a digital watch. And we're going to test them with these three devices to see which one has the most potent electromagnetic field emissions coming out of it. So we're going to start with the analog wristwatch, and if I flip it over you should be able to see the model number. Let me bring it a little bit closer. There we go. So that's our model number, that's our first one that we're going to go with. So I'm going to start with the magnetic field meter. Now this is a tri-field meter, we're on the 0 to 3 range, and I'm going to slide the watch over the meter and you can see what we're getting. So you can see there's a once per second pulse coming out of this. I'll be able to get that a little bit higher by moving the watch around. It seems to be a little bit more sensitive in this position. So something to be aware of when you're wearing one of these watches is it is pulsing. So that's our first watch, that was the analog wristwatch. So let's have a little look at the combined analog and digital watch, and let me show you the model number. So our model number is on the back. There you go. That's our watch that we're testing. And again, I'm going to slide it over the meter. We're still on the 0 to 3 range. And the interesting thing about this watch is it only moves the hand on the analog dial once per 20 seconds, and we just saw the pulse come out of it. So once every 20 seconds this watch emits an electromagnetic pulse from moving the analog hand. So if we watch it long enough we should see it again. There it goes. So it certainly is emitting an electromagnetic pulse. So let's have a look at this one. This one is our digital watch. I'm going to flip her over so you can see the model number that we're using. Okay, you should be able to read that. So that's our model number. And again, let's put it onto the meter. And there's no magnetic field that I can see coming out of this watch. Okay. So let's move on to our next meter. Now this is a popular and cheap device. It's a magnetic pickup coil for a telephone handset and an amplified speaker. So this device converts magnetic fields into sound. So the sound that we're going to hear is going to be the magnetic field emission of the watch. Okay, so here's our first watch. So I can hear that magnetic field at that point. It gets louder the closer you bring the magnet to it. And right up on the back, we get a very pronounced magnetic field emission from the watch. Okay, So our next watch is our dual analog and digital watch. Let's see what this does. So that thump that you just heard, that was the hand moving. And I can't pick up anything else from this watch. So again, about once every 20 seconds, this watch gives out a pulse as the hand moves. So this is our digital watch. Let's see what we get from this one. Now I cannot hear anything coming out of this watch. It's remarkably silent. Now these are all 10-year battery watches. So the manufacturer claimed that they all function for 10 years before they need a battery replacement. So the final meter that we're going to use is a very standard AM radio. We tuned in to AM 530 here in Tucson. I'm going to turn it on and you can hear the radio static. So let's start off with our analog watch. So you can hear the once per second pulse coming out of this. It doesn't seem to come out of the back, but it certainly is coming out of the front. There seems to be a little bit of disturbance from the metal in the strap and the metal that the watch is made out of. So this is our dual display watch. It's analog digital. Let's see what this one does. Certainly seems to be a little bit of electromagnetic interference at that point. Okay, let's try our last watch. So this is our digital watch. Seems to be a little bit of interference down at this point. So yeah, all the interference seems to be located on the bottom half of the watch. So there you have it. We've tested the three watches for the three types of interference that we could detect with our 3 meters, and they all do have certain levels of electromagnetic interference. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you.